This is what it's like to play in a 2000 player Minecraft Civilization event. It started with betrayal,
I'm not an enemy.
an assassination plot, politics, which evolved into full-blown war.
They're building over!
This is the story of Polestar, but I'm not here to tell that story. I wasn't a leader, a fighter, a builder. I was the average Polestar citizen. I will tell the story of the Polestar I knew. The Polestar with the people, with the cowman, the tea emporium, the dianode, the diplomats, the underground dealers. The Polestar that created a community willing to die for it. But let's start from the beginning. Let's start with Rupert. When Polestar was huts on dirt, Rupert the Sandblock was there, watching it get built. He was placed on a pedestal, treated as a Polestar citizen. He sat next to a tea shop by the name of the Tea Emporium. He lasted a day before he was stolen, kidnapped. When questioned, Lolifear confessed to giving Rupert to Herodian, a Polestar counselor with a conspiracy plot to assassinate every minister in Polestar and claim power to himself. When the leader of Polestar, Azulite, found out, Herodia was to be killed on sight, but before anyone could get to him, he had escaped, fleeing Polestar for good with Rupert in tow. But I wasn't there for any of that. Where was I? Well, I thought I'd go around and explore the world first before making my way to Polestar. First, I secured some iron to gear myself up, then I went exploring the map and seeing what kind of people I would meet.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Hello? Hi.
I have a question. So I see you wearing this big, beautiful plated armor here, and I was wondering, where did you find all those iron you need for that? I'm really curious.
Who would like to know? Please identify yourself.
Yeah, so the orange dad would like to know. We need to get some iron so we can start building our nation, so we can make a good haven for traders and merchants, and we can make a lot of money and spread out a lot of wealth.
Oranstad, oh yes. I've heard of you, yes. You can find the iron deposit, let me see. It's south of here, just go straight south. However, the Czech Republic has laid claim to it.
Thank you so much. I'm such a good negotiator, so I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna take this iron, or else I have a very big red button that is much bigger than yours. I'm gonna carry this diplomatically.
Good luck.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
I went north over the mountain.
Hello? We're at the end of the world. Hi. I can't hear you, by the way, if you're talking. Oh, Penguinia! Oh, that's why you have a penguin skin! I love it! Oh, it's so far. I've traveled over 1,000 blocks, I think. Lovely meeting you as well.
And on my way back, I met the leader of Penguinia.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good, how are you? What nation do you represent?
I'm well. I'm from Polestar.
Oh, nice, Polestar. Are you coming
you're from Penguinia, right?
Yes, we are from Penguinia.
Yeah, I've met your leader earlier. He was awesome. We talked a bit.
Excuse me, who did you meet earlier?
He had a penguin skin and he looked like a... His name was Penguin. Something Penguin. I don't remember exactly.
Huh. Weird, because I'm the leader of Penguinia and I don't remember meeting you guys yet, so... Well, we'll look out for him, because no one except me and our nation has Penguin in our name, so if you see him again, just be careful.
Wait, is he not from your nation?
No, he's not from our nation.
Oh, I'm sorry. He didn't have Penguin in his name, but he had a penguin skin. Okay, his name is Draffle.
Oh yeah, he is part of our nation.
Yeah, that's him. Hey, it might be useless, but here's a gift of good faith, okay?
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure, and if you need anything from Polestar, let me know. And tell Draff I said hello.
After clearing up the misunderstanding, Penguinia became our close ally, and then I continued exploring, placing signs everywhere, leaving a message for those who come after. I had returned back to Polestar after my long journey, and this was my first time seeing Polestar. I then picked out an empty spot of land and started building a little creative writing hut. I wanted to set up shop, writing poems and stories to anyone who wanted them. But when I tried to write my first book, books weren't working. And whoop, there goes my idea. So I went out exploring the very next day.
Yes, Lobland.
Oh, it's small. Do you have another base somewhere?
It looks small, but we're inside of the mountain.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
So, you know, you are in Polestar, but you could always be somewhere better, somewhere greater. We have 10,000 members divided by 1,000.
Yeah, so these random guys just came in and started stealing everything from the Slobland base. I don't even know.
You guys got any string actually?
Put a good word on it for us, alright?
Yeah, alright. Have fun.
Sometimes you come upon something so beautiful in such a hidden spot. This place was at the very edge of the world, away from everything, and yet it was really damn fucking beautiful. And the people, generous too. This is why I love civilization events, and I think everyone should try to join one. It's like playing an exploration game and meeting amazing people and seeing what they've built. Thank you, Harvestfire, for being so damn awesome. 6 members of Penguinia were killed in a massacre by a group of bandits known as the Dutch Gang. On day 4, one of our diplomats, Ollie, was going north for a diplomatic mission, and I wanted to check in on how Penguinia was doing, so I joined him on this diplomatic journey. This diplomatic mission was to make official contact with all the NEU nation. What's the NEU, you ask? Polestar is here. This is the East. The nations of the East have formed a Northeastern Union, or the NEU, to protect and support each other. This included nations like Northelios, Penguinia, Renkai, Checkerboard, Sarkovia, and Polestar.
Welcome to Penguinia.
I really appreciate you guys coming. I really appreciate you guys coming. Thank you.
No, yeah.
Polestar was only with you. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Afterwards, we used Penguinia's tunnels to head out to Northelios, a small village in the very north. We then headed to Renkai, where we negotiated a trade deal for Polestar.
You up, Perma?
Hi, Verma.
What's good?
Well, we're
Just,
diplomats from Polestar.
We're just trying to make sure we've been to all the NEU alliance nations. We're just trying to make sure everything's been all fine since I know yesterday was quite hectic.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
I'm confused now. What the fuck
It was
just
like,
happened?
all I heard was, there's nothing there.
I don't think he listened to us. Okay.
No, I don't think he understood a single thing we were saying.
Yeah.
In this world, resources didn't spawn randomly underground. If you want coal, iron, gold, you had to go to specific locations, or nodes as they were called. These nodes were scattered around the map. Polestar had its own iron node right underneath the city. The rarest node of them all was the diamond node. Only 4 existed in the server. And, well, Renkai had one of them. The next day, Polestar's strike team, consisting of our best PvPers, was heading out. And, curious, I followed along. I was a part of the strike team. In fact, I was so bad at PvP that I lost 20 duels in a row when I tried it.
Oh my god, bro.
But I went anyway, because I heard they were going to a nearby diamond node. A node different from the one Renkai has. And boy, I really wanted some diamond armor. The rumors were true. A diamond node was nearby, and, to my surprise, our strike team has already made a deal with the neighboring nations to claim it for half of each day. This diamond node has amassed a cult called the Dianode, formed mostly by this guy. Afterwards, a group of us split off from the strike team, heading west. We heard there was a massive auction held there, and we were hoping Rupert would be one of the items for sale. After a long trip, we had finally arrived at the place where the auction would be held, White Harbor. However, when we got there, we found out the auction house wasn't even built yet, so we decided to help. As we built, war broke out.
What? Should we return? Return to
The Dutch gang, those who massacred Penguinia, had declared war on us. We ran back, retreating, but in the chaos, we got split up, and each of us headed home on their own, fully exposed to the dangers of the road. By the time we got back to Polestar, it was too late. 6 people were killed by the Dutch gang. They attacked in tunnels, like moles, before escaping.
I'm gonna die. I'm dead.
The day ended with a special announcement.
There's one guy in particular just taught me something that I just tested out. Will now give Polestar the edge over every other nation. Please welcome Pineapple to the
I
stage.
had a pretty good idea of what that thing was. An enchanting table. You see, buckets were disabled and there was no lava to be found anywhere. Enchantment books were also disabled, so how could one get enchants, you might ask? If we managed to find lava, we've been theorizing of how to move water over a long distance without using buckets to get obsidian. The next day, we held a funeral for one of the fallen.
So I want to thank everyone for coming here today. It is with great sadness that Izzy had to depart from this world. He was very brave. He fought till the end. In his honor, we have brewed a special Izzy tea. I will pass it around for everyone to take a sip. Pass it around.
The flavor is strong with this one, guys.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to speak.
And then, to improve the mood around Polestar, I worked with our Chancellor of Culture to set up a show for Polestar. He had written a play, and I helped find actors in the post-show act.
The symbol of our republic. Please, that is all we ask.
There will come a time and place. You mustn't interfere. Should you meddle with my plans, Rupert's end will surely draw near.
For all that has been done and said, we wait and ponder. Rupert and his son hidden from us, we will seek and return. A glory he is, a wonder. Dun, dun, dun.
Absolute cinema.
Hold
Cinema.
And then, yeah.
Oh, this is a bad
Grackle,
idea. This is a bad idea.
You don't know.
This is a bad idea. I had to lag right as I get in the water.
No.
Wait, leave. It's fine, just leave. Yeah, leave. Hey, fishing rod.
Disconnect. Okay.
What the fuck?
It's not.
What the fuck? Do something. What the fuck?
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
I'm doing it.
He's down. No!
It was tragic, but the show must go on.
We're having a play, so I thought you'd take his place in the act instead. Would you be willing?
I have stage fright. I am not doing that shit.
I panicked in search of another actor. What do you mean you're in White Harbor? You just said you... Our main actor is a fly. But somehow we managed to get things going with me having to act instead of our fallen Greco. Even Azalite, our leader, had a part in the play.
I just got given this a minute ago.
Finally, the play began.
Betrayed by a hero. That's big. Unsightly narrow. He dug in his claws and showed us his flaws and soon became a zero.
Come, Polestar. Together we must band. This villain we cannot let stand.
Shut up, man. Let me enact what I've planned.
I feel the tides of change as they come across this land. Our nation led astray, unable to eat, sleep, or pray. Without a guiding hand, whom will we turn to? Who will we learn from? To whom will we seek when it's time to remain strong?
I haven't led us to ruin. Now re-elect me.
let's go.
I'm a shoo-in.
Surely you cannot be serious. You will be the end of us all. I say, you must be delirious.
I can't truly be that awful. Everything I've done is most definitely lawful.
You lie, you
Don't know
lie.
this guy.
These words are utter falsehood.
lie.
Assuredly you will die.
You cannot wholeheartedly believe you have a truthful heart.
I do, and a fair judiciary is a must-have on my part.
You can't.
I will.
You will not.
I haven't yet.
Lawful petition.
What's that mean?
Democracy's mission.
What's that mean?
The proper permission.
This is like Team Rocket.
What's that mean?
Nice.
Well, come on. Give me a new judiciary and there won't be any trouble. With this muddled vision, it's a miracle I haven't started seeing double.
It's not a question. Take a look around at the democracy. You've got him busted. Now we know you cannot be trusted.
Ooh.
Get this guy off my.
Hey! Stay away
from
Stay away from me, else my assassins will make do. Aether, Rose, and Pudding I hired them for, but surely it will be you.
Hero, don't run like a hunting dog's drool. Let us trial you and condemn your actions like a motley fool.
Today you will not catch me. Atlantis, Hydra, take me in, I beseech thee.
That's me. Worry not, your efforts are most slack. For on our list, your name will be written in black.
Curses, I have met my folly. Now I must run and cower, avoiding every shot and volley.
Bro, Maxi.
He's running.
He's running, no!
The plot thickens.
He has Rupert! He has Rupert!
It seems there are no bridges left to burn. A sand block or two I may have taken. Perhaps Rupert will never return.
Here you seem to be the wildest, most wretched beast.
This is the biggest.
How dare you still have a Rupert? Now that he's gone and given light to our dear beloved Tupert.
You must clearly shy away, lest I go and throttle. This poor helpless sand block mayhaps turn him into a bottle.
No, don't turn him into glass.
No.
The symbol of our republic. Please, that is all we ask.
There will come a time and a place. You mustn't interfere. Should you meddle with my plans, Rupert's end will surely draw near.
For all that has been done and said, we await and ponder. Rupert and his son hidden from us. We will seek and return. A glory he is, a wonder.
Curtain, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And we didn't fumble the bag. Yes, it wasn't great, but it wasn't too bad with all the sudden events that happened. And to make things even better, the post-show musician I contacted was here, and he volunteered to freestyle rap.
Buffoon, Banana Punch, Polestar, the starting words. You can drop more in the chat though if you want. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So man, I shock the room. Everybody's inside the tomb. Inside an energy, I stop it. It's every time when I step in that no ruin grooves. And the list I get a black load, aim and then I shoot. They buffoons, something better, but my mental that I'll lose. They got it, this a pickle, a banana, like I stepped the move. Man, I'm in the room. Every time I drop a vibe, connected live and direct. I'm vibing with this, I understood it better. Like I'm shining it quick. I'm whining the shit. Y'all know they eyes blind with it quick. I came to equip. Every time I get on the mic, I don't quit. Y'all know you're reading from the chat, cause they just balling in a bit. But y'all know I'm falling in. I built it up like it's silk. I know I got the song on the mic like I get in my fill. Man, the pen paper, the penicillin, I'm here with the will of the gods that decipher the energy, what I kill. Man, I'm just vile every time. I know what said is I'll instill all that power, all that fire, what you hear with this though. This ain't riding this off the top, from the mental, the dome. You gotta check it. Everything I ever do has never been pre-roll. You gotta check it like I just been a go. Cause y'all know I'm never fake. Every time I come and now I make the earth.
As the day came to a close, I wanted to check my theory. You see, another fact that supported my theory was this. So someone has an enchanting table. As the day was coming to an end, I snuck into the statue to see what's in there, hoping to find an enchanting table there. I didn't find the enchanting table, but what I found was just as damning. Lapis lazuli. Until this moment, we have not heard of a lapis lazuli node, and even if we know one, why would there be a lapis in a chest like that? That is the proof I needed to know the enchanting table existed and was used here, inside the statue. I grabbed some lapis and the day ended. The next day, Azulite, our leader, had an announcement. Apparently, an empire called Hydra in the far opposite side of the map was controlling the Dutch gang. A fallen leader from Hydra came, asking us, along with the rest of the Northeastern Alliance members, for help in attacking Hydra. We also heard that Herodia was helping them, Rupert's kidnapper, Polestar's traitor. And then, as the speech was made, Hydra declared war on Sokovia, our neighboring nation to the west. As the ex-Hydra emperor continued his speech, I noticed people going to the Polestar statue. I followed, leaving the speech behind. Inside, indeed, there was an enchanting table. My theory was correct, and Polestar somehow had an enchanting table. I enchanted my items and went back to the speech.
The newest sport has hit the block. Put on your outfit and your fireproof socks. Deep below and
An assassination attempt on our leader. One Polestar soldier died in the attack, but no one else was harmed. And so, Polestar and the NAU declared war on Hydra. We marched, a massive army on the move. Hundreds of players marching across the map to attack Hydra. We wanted justice for what the Dutch gang did. Justice for Rupert. To war! War? Ooh. To war? War? Where's the war?
I can check that. You go to the front.
Oh, the war is already over. Back to Polestar! The war was a mess. The most exciting part was the journey. No one knew who was on whose side, some were late, some went to the wrong city.
Kill people with the blue shields then, because they're attacking my armor.
We have blue shields. We have blue shields. No.
Hydra had mostly fallen, but as a Polestar citizen who was with Azulite the whole time, the war was basically just a long march back to Polestar. Where is Polestar? Where is everyone? Why am I alone? Who's Hydra and who's Polestar?
Hey, no, don't kill me. I'm not an enemy. I'm not an enemy. I'm trying to run the Polestar shield, bro.
You have the Polestar shield.
I'm in danger.
I thought I was among Polestarians, but I was somehow standing next to Hydra members. I ran, knowing I had lost myself in enemy territory. I ran and I ran. Till...
We are kindly robbing you right now. Please drop everything.
Who are you?
Please drop everything. We will have to kill you.
Okay.
What the hell?
No more.
Check it.
The Cove is meeting up here, guys.
The enchanted stuff I meant. That's not enchanted, man. It's still in your hand, the enchanted one.
Okay.
Hey,
is this a good?
I dropped it.
You still
I
don't
dropped
drop
it.
this record.
The person who robbed me were from our allies, Sarkovia. Their leader. I escaped, at least, unscathed. The enchanted diamond armor I had, gone. My enchanted weapons, gone. All I had was my bow. Call me Legolas, cause I'm a bad. Eventually, I made it to Polestar and the day came to an end. The next day, I couldn't play. Yeah, boo me all you like. But what I heard the next day was that the remnants of Hydra mounted a final attack on Sarkovia and lost, therefore completely eliminating Hydra. With Hydra gone and many refugees joining Polestar, Polestar has now somehow become the strongest, biggest nation on the server. We have risen from a humble city to a nation of over 160 strong. There was nothing much to do the next day as the world was now at peace. Our leader, Azulite, wanted to retire and build a house for himself. No more wars. Polestar is now neutral. I was given some substances by Polestar's underground dealers.
Your code?
I visited the tea emporium and drank some tea.
Try it, bro. Try it. One sip, just like one. Just try it. See here left. Try it.
What's that? Take it.
What do you mean?
I just bought
I'm
it.
in Justice League.
Batman, I know I don't look it right now. I've taken.
And Batman and Robin? Or is that how it's called? I don't know.
Don't say it.
No!
We're off to do his funeral. That's why my mask is off.
Oh.
We're going to be doing it nearby. Please come in a bit. It would be greatly appreciated.
Where is it?
Bread for him.
I visited the cowman and his cows. Near the end of the day, the NEU held a meeting regarding Polestar. I went to that meeting, curious. Apparently, Polestar was removed from the NEU, but it didn't matter for us, as we had become neutral and wouldn't go to war anyway. But our story wasn't over. The Dutch gang was still at large. Herodian still had Rupert. Oh, Polestar's villain is dead.
Oh, he's dead. Hurry.
What caused it? How? We didn't know. In a world of 2,000 players, conflicts and events happen everywhere, and what you know is but a small part in the weaving of the world. But what I do know is the cheer and celebration the people of Polestar felt.
The hero died.
Yeah, it's cool.
But one question remained. Where is Rupert the Sandblock? Was he still in a cell, locked by Herodian? Was he smelted into glass, as some say? As the day came to a close, members of our military were out hunting for the Dutch gang, and...
So who else is on the tail?
You already answered everyone.
Get him, get him. No! Chill. No! Yo! What are you doing?
They were successful. The final day's sun shone on Polestar, and with it the greatest nation celebrated by hosting the Polestar Olympics. Members of every nation took part in games of archery, spleef, sumo. Even I competed.
The other player wins the round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 paces fire.
Oh, Spaghetti took the hit. Red Light
Spaghetti was
wins.
hit first. Red Light, you win.
Spaghetti lost.
That was close.
It was the best way to end an event. To make everything even better, to top off an already great ending for Polestar, someone came back. Rupert was rescued. Polestar celebrated, placing Rupert on a pedestal on the gorgeous Tea Emporium Island. Polestar really had the best ending to an event possible. Herodian, the traitor, dead. Dutch gang, dead. Rupert, saved. And everything was peaceful. This was the happy ending Polestar needed. Until the NEU attacked. A sudden declaration of war caused the cancellation of the Olympics midway. Competing members of other nations left in a hurry, seeking the safety of their own nation.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh my god.
Wait, Maniac Jack, you know about this?
You're not videos. Do you want to back down and just stay here? Like, we don't have to. We can.
Mate, we need a war. Go. Come on.
What is that?
This doesn't have to be pushed for, does it? They're gonna come from the east.
Polestar was betrayed again, by its neighbors, by the people it fought side by side with. Our celebration, our peace, will have to wait, for the gun of war has fired again, and Polestar at its heart its target. Citizens who have never fought before, whose only job it was to farm and build, now manned the walls of Polestar. People scurried, scattering, on the lookout for enemies from all sides. The Battle of Polestar was about to begin. Enemies approached from the trees as our archers took aim. We fired, but they numbered too many. They approached steadily, blocking our arrows, slowly gaining ground.
Lava swimming, oh, lava swimming. If you don't watch out, you'll die.
Until they made it to the walls.
Lava swimming, oh, lava swimming. If you fall in, you're gonna be dead meat.
Polestar scattered, and I among them.
TNT.
They're building over.
Oh shit, dancing around the flame.
I ran, fearing enemies coming from all sides. Surrounded on all sides by old friends who now shed the blood of Polestar. The amphitheater. Maybe I can get in the water and swim away.
Keep on looking down, deep below. The lava is roaring and we're ready to go. Lava swimming, oh, lava swimming. If you don't watch out, you'll die in the heat.
Houses burned, monuments exploded. The Polestar statue in flames. Polestar has fallen. But not completely. Soldiers who escaped came back to fight. They were only few, not enough to reclaim Polestar, but they attacked, hitting the enemy at their heart.
I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
They destroyed Checkerboard's cathedral. They bombed Renkai's quartermaster. They attacked any NEU member they found on their way. They were Polestar, and would fight tooth and nail, no matter how few it remained. The tea emporium survived on their island, with Rupert among them, living as one of the few Polestar citizens that's still alive. And our leader, Azulite, managed to escape. He fled the war in a fierce battle and bunkered down away from any enemies.
Our great city has been destroyed, but we live on. They said if I turned myself over, that the life of myself would be spared, that the life of the people would be spared. Then, minutes later, I received word that if I handed myself in, I would be killed. It's over. We lived. We won. Vivat Polaris.
Viva Polaris.
Viva Polaris.
On our walls are all those we've lost, all the friends we've lost along the way. Here we are, at the end of the world. Two loyal Polestarians, and one Bazable who we kind of picked up along the way, but we made it. We're here, we lived, we didn't give in to the Imperialists. Polestar's goal, all along, has been peace, survival, and just having fun. The NEU saw our size, saw how magnificent our city was, saw all of our accomplishments, and they were jealous. Jealous in the face of everything we have done together. To all of my citizens, the two here, and every single one who I know is watching from the great stars above. Polestar lives in all of you, in every single one of you. Vivat Polaris.
Viva Polaris.
Viva Polaris.
Viva Polaris.
Polaris.